Hello and welcome to Tuesday's Ante-Post advice. I've been joined by Ben Hutton of the Betting Desk, and we're going to have a look at the Irish Oaks at the Curragh on Saturday evening. Ben, looking at the top of the market, it's very tight with the Epsom Oaks winner, Talent, market leader at around the 3-1 mark. Do you think that's a fair price for her?
You could argue 3-1's a really good price. She won by 3 3/4 lengths in the Oaks. Well, we don't know whether it's the best 3-year-old middle distance filly race of the season yet. I think time will tell in that regard. But she won with so much in hand over a stablemate who had some extremely solid form. 3-1 is possibly the most appealing price of the four who head the betting.
But she's not a working man's price, is she, around 3-1? Hopefully we'll be looking for something a bit bigger than that, don't you think?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's just when a dominance is such, it's tempting to think she is a big price. I mean, she's beaten Secret Gesture, who's only 4-1, 9-2. There might be an argument that Secret Gesture went for home too soon, but Talent still beat her by nearly 4 lengths, and for there to be Talent to be 3-1 and Secret Gesture to be 4-1, I think there should be a bigger difference in price than that.
Okay, so maybe a saver on Talent is the way to go. You mentioned there Secret Gesture. Her stable thought that she was the better filly going into the Oaks at Epsom. So maybe there's grounds for thinking that she can reverse the placings with her stable companion, don't you think?
It could be argued that with these middle distance fillies, I don't know whether you get to see it in the home environment which one's the best. Obviously, the stamina is a huge asset to have, and whether you see that on the gallops is another matter. I mentioned previously she might have gone for home too soon, but really, like I say, the margin was nearly 4 lengths, so she's certainly no value to reverse the form at 4-1.
We've got 2 supplemented fillies taking part. Riposte, winner of the Ribblesdale Stakes, and Venus de Milo, unbeaten in 2 starts for Aidan O'Brien. Which of these 2 do you fancy more?
Riposte I was very, very tempted with, thoroughly unexposed. Slowly away at Royal Ascot, lost quite a bit of ground, but they then came through to win with quite a bit in hand. The strength of that form is open to question, but given the inconveniences she suffered, I think she could possibly be a star filly, and in terms of likeliest winners, I think she's definitely the biggest danger to Talent.
And out in front, it's Riposte by 2 lengths for Lady Cecil. Leads from Just Pretending in second. In third place is Ellick. And a poignant success in the Ribblesdale as the Abdullah is a character success for Lady Jane Cecil.
Regarding Venus de Milo, again thoroughly unexposed, trained by Aidan O'Brien, could be a huge amount of improvement to come. And she's sort of she's raced twice, both last month, and she's won both. So the curve of her progression could be going in a seriously high direction. Taking that into account, 8-1 probably a fair price, but she does have to prove that she is as good as these star fillies. And in a hot race like this, I just think the form of Talent and Riposte appeals more, and their respective prices appeal more.
Well, just before we get your selection, Ben, a quick word on Alive O, who at 4-1 is the leading contender as far as bookmakers are concerned to keep the price at home. But she missed the Ribblesdale because of fast ground, so I suppose that has to be a concern. Yes,
that could be the case. She was taken out of Royal Ascot because of unsuitable ground, and again, the price is key. She's a 4-1 shot. She was a similar price in the market. No, she was shorter than Riposte for the Royal Ascot race before she was taken out. Riposte was extremely impressive in victory, but now they're both the same price. And Alive O hasn't proved she's got the ability in group races like that. So comparing the two, Riposte appeals much more at the price, and we don't have to worry about the ground with her either. That's not to say Alive O hasn't got stacks of potential and won't win. It's just at the prices, Riposte appeals much more.
Okay, but we still haven't mentioned your likely bet at this stage. What's it going to be?
Well, we've looked at a lot of horses, all price single figures basically. Very little margin in the prices for appeal, apart from possibly Talent, as I mentioned. But as you said, 3-1 isn't a working man's price. What's definitely a working man's price is the 25-1 about Cintalula. Jim Bolger's only representative in the race. I haven't seen news yet. She's been definitely confirmed. So I'd be waiting to back her when she's declared. But given a profile, I think she'll still be available at decent odds nearer the time. She's by Galileo. There's less stamina on the dam side, but Jim Bolger wouldn't be running her in a race like this if he wasn't confident she'd stay. And in April, she ran over 1 mile 2 furlongs on soft, stayed on really well, and she's been doing a lot to suggest 1 mile 4 that could take her to the top level. Last September, she ran on well for second to Sky Lantern in the Moy-Glare Stakes, the Group 1. Last time she was staying on second in a... Well, she led, and she was second in a listed race over a mile. Again, keeping on well, and I just think that this step up in trip's really going to suit her, and she's the one in the race who could really make her odds look on the high side.
Cintalula it is then. What's your staking plan, Ben?
I'd say 1 point each way on the day. I think, like I say, I think the price will hold up, and I don't want to risk placing the bet now only for her not to run.